Afternoon. This is Dr. Rao. Uh, I just want to come briefly and share some thoughts on energy. This morning, we had a small meeting with a relative in India, and I was talking to him about how to conserve energy when we do anything, right? So, if you are doing any particular job, if you are doing with partial attention, you're going to deplete your energy. On the other hand, if you pay complete attention to whatever you're doing, then you will be in a flow state where you will expend very little energy, and the outcome of that is you will really be feeling energetic even though you have worked some time, right? That's a very subtle thing. That's something that you want to understand. And also, you can gather energy from the work, from what you are doing, from being satisfied or fulfilled. So many things are there, right? So that's something that I was always talking about. Um, so you go to work, you embrace the challenges, you kind of give your entire attention to whatever you are doing. Not necessarily you have to be skillful about it, but whatever skills you have, you expend so that the work done properly and you are always in the present and in focus and enjoying the work, whatever you are doing, and really learning from that work and being exhilarated because you are learning. All those subtle factors come into place. Okay, obviously you got to be having vitality food, that is nutrition, that is vital, right? It is not like a depleted energy or stored up food and all that. Whatever you make, if you eat right away, obviously the energy goes up right away. And the second thing is breathing, right? Breathing, deep breathing, obviously enhances your energy. And then your mind being in the present and attention really enhances the energy quite a bit. Those three things I want to focus on all the time. Eat good food, maybe organically grown, prepared by you at home with as little chemicals as possible, and um, really eat right away. At least within 45 minutes of preparing the food is very good. Actually, pan to plate is the ideal, and if you can do that, that will be wonderful. And deep breathing, remembering it, doing it at least twice a day in a systematic manner, learned from somebody who is adapted, who had been doing that. And the third thing is how you focus your mind, how you bring your attention to the current moment, current whatever task you are doing, those kind of things. All those things add up. And one of the biggest energy depleters are negative people. People who are negative in their language, in their way they are dealing with you, in their body language, in their subtle insults or questions or doubts. So many things come from them that will be very negative for you, and it could be really depleting the energy. That's one of the biggest depleters. And if you also involve in negative thinking and then you deplete your energy much faster, if you allow your thinking go negative and further negative, usually it will into depression and all that, right? So that's the biggest depleter. So people, toxic people, if they're around, they are not encouraging, they are not positive about you, that is something that you want to avoid. And purposeless work also kind of results in energy depletion that you don't know. You could just be watching the TV for several hours, and all that may not be good for you. And the violence, the negativity of the story, or people fighting with each other in the serial, all those things people are doing at much more time that can deplete you. And these electronic devices, constantly exposed to them also becomes a source of depletion. So do the things that can really renew your energy, and do the things that avoid the things that can be very depleting energy for you, right? um, One of the things that you could do is keep the chattering mind quiet as much as possible. Okay, how do you do that? You concentrate on something that is purposeful, meaningful for you, and you focus on that. And by just being in that flow state, you can save a lot of energy. Whatever work you are doing, only have thoughts related to the work, but not anything else about your family, about anything else, the worries or uh, anxieties that you allow to develop in the thinking. If you can be without it, you are going to be very much, not depleting the energy. So that's a very important thing people have to realize. So empty the mind at least twice a day. Okay, emptying in the sense, just stay calm. Try to be only one pointed. Focus all the thoughts together and focus on one object and stay with that object, and then you will figure out how to go beyond it. At least don't allow the mind to run wherever it wants to go, and that could be something repetitive thinking that you may have, or remembering something happened in the past, or something may come up in the future, and those kind of things are really energy wasters. Okay, thought has so much energy that it will take. So if you allow the thought to continuously run and not do anything about it, at least as a habit, twice a day, in the morning and in the evening, preferably right after you wake up, allow the thoughts to be centered and be in awareness. And at the end of the day, just try to get all the thoughts together and then just wash them off from your mind and sleep. It's easier said than done, but people do that quite often. You don't have to give a big name of meditation, mindfulness, and all that. They're all fine if you are comfortable with it. But just sit down and say, I'm going to be calming down, unwinding myself. I don't want to continuously think about all these things all the time. Just simple measure like that. Find one place in your home that is devoid of any distractions. There are no distractions there. No TV, no radio, nothing. Just go there and sit there and shut off the entire thing and stay to be within yourself. That kind of quietness practices go a long way for people to be able to retain a lot of energy. The other thing is walk in the nature and just expose yourself to the beautiful things that are around you, the flowers, the trees, the leaves, the wind, the pets, the kids, and all these things can act on our mood and elevate the mood and increase our energy too. So those kind of simple things that we neglect. They used to tell us, stop and smell the flowers. Really, literally, you do that. You always stop and then sense the flowers, uh, and look at the flowers, smell them, and take a moment to stop. That itself is a good exercise to stop unnecessary thinking. This is unnecessary chatter. It's not creative thinking we are worried about. It is aimless, uh, doesn't have any purpose, doesn't have any goal, and they come and go, they come again and again, again and again. That kind of thing you don't want to indulge in. Do you want to catch up yourself and pause the thoughts? That is the important thing. Pause the thoughts and be aware of what's going on within me, my body, within my mind, and outwardly what is happening around me, where I am, what I'm doing, what's the day, what's the time, what are the things that are happening around us in the world. Being aware of that itself will really freeze the thought and then give you enormous energy boost. Try it and do it. So, simple thing. Good, vital nutrition, then deep breathing, and pausing the thoughts and avoiding toxic people, negative people. All these things will help you a lot. This is going to be a brief talk. I just wanted to come and present it. So I may do a much longer talk later. Thank you for joining me. I will see you later. Bye.